Okay, so there's been a lot of talk lately about the ISGP championships, the titles that we've introduced.
And clearly the cicadas are talking as well. They got a lot to say about this.
They've
got a lot to say.
Yeah.
But you've got probably more to say. So.
I got a lot to say about this because we introduced the Classic Speedrunning Championship a little while ago, a few weeks ago. And then we announced that Wally was the ISGP champion.
Yes.
Which is our top title.
Yes.
And we've also announced the Tag Team Championships as well.
Yes, which will be up for contention during this next tournament.
So how do all these titles work? Well, let's work through from, I guess, the start with the Classic.
Yep.
And we'll go up. So the Classic Speedrunning Championship. What's it all about, Chris Fisher?
The Classic title championship essentially was birthed out of a desire to have kind of a, dare I say it, consolation prize for competitors that may not have been as good as like an elite tier speedrunner, but still something to strive for, you know, if you were in that mid tier, if you were, you know, better than, you know, like the people that were on the lower end, but not quite as good. So essentially, Classic, it comes from our pseudo nickname of this sort of wider community. Classic basically kind of means like, you know, crass, and it was like a mix of crass and crash, right? It's kind of because we're based on Crash and Fire. Anyway, point is that it's sort of a bit memey, and so that is going to reflect in the speedruns that we do. I think. So, for example, this championship will not strictly be defended in Spyro races.
Exactly. And not to mention as well, this championship will also be featured in a lot of our little events in between tournaments as well, which you'll understand more about later. But it will not be a championship that will be on offer in any tournaments. It is purely designed to be defended in speedruns, right? Now,
can it be defended during a tournament if it's going on at the same time? Let's say there's a delay or something like that. Of course. Theoretically, it can be defended at any point. You could have 20 defenses a year if it's competed, or you could have 5. You know, like it honestly, it's, dare I say it, to the whims of us, really.
Exactly. Now, to determine how the championship and when the championship is defended will all depend on who you are, who you've beaten, and what your like status is in the tournament. So if you lose every match, you're not going to get a defense. But if you say beat the champion in a tournament match, or you get wins over people that the champion has lost to, or if you just build up an impressive resume of wins, then there's every chance that you will get a shot at the champion. So that's how the Classic title will work.
So for example, a great example is, now we'll talk about this briefly after at the end of this, but Eric is no longer the champion. He has wished to not defend the title, so he has been stripped. That was all established. And that's the thing. That's another thing. But yes, if you choose not to defend it, it will leave you. It will leave your hands.
This applies to all championships.
Yeah, this applies to anything. So, for example, Adriano, Knight NC, he would theoretically be, you know, in line for a title shot. But now Eric isn't. We'll find a way. But anyway, point is, I think you get the picture. Yeah,
Classic Championship, lowest tier championship. Moving up, we've got the Tag Team titles. Now, the Tag Team titles are to be defended by pairs of individuals. So you and your partner will be tag team champions, hypothetically, and you'll have to defend against other teams. Now, because there's only one pure tag team tournament that we're going to be running, which is the World Tag League, the winner of the first World Tag League will get will be the inaugural champions. After that, going forward, that will be on the discretion of us as to who will get the shots, and we will be making several tag team matches going up throughout the year. So there'll be a lot of tag team matches. Purely, it's a tag team belt, tag team championship, and that's pretty self-explanatory, I think.
If you plan your own matches and you let us know and you say we're going to be recording this and we're not there, and then you send it to us or whatever, we'll absolutely consider putting it up on the channel.
Yes.
So
and basically, I think in our opinion, the teams who will get title shots are the most cohesive, the best performing, and maybe most entertaining. Who knows? It's a very different beast to the singles titles. Now, moving to the last thing is the ISGP Championship. Now, this is the top title of our series of tournaments, our series of events. Yes, Wally won the inaugural champion because he won the first ISGP. Now, going forward, if you win the ISGP, if you win the Spyro Speedruns Cup, which will be another major tournament that will be occurring later in the year, does not mean you will be champion.
Yes, and that's really important to say about the Spyro Speedruns Cup, because the way that it's gone in the past with the World Speedrunning Champion or the IAS Championship is that what essentially would happen is someone would win that tournament, and then if they got eliminated and someone else won the tournament, they would be the champion.
Yes.
But the Spyro Speedruns Cup, that is even explicitly in the title, that is not a title, right? You're winning the cup, right? And much like in New Japan Pro Wrestling, the winner of the New Japan Cup, for example, can then go on and face someone for the IWGP or the ISGP title. Now, we decided that I think that much like Impact did back in the day, if someone chooses to go for the classic title, they can. I mean, it would probably not be what most people would do, but if they want to, you know, if they're a meme lord.
Exactly. So the ISGP Championship at the moment is only going to be defended in Spyro Speedruns. That's our main franchise we're going for. So, Classic, you can defend it in almost any franchise, literally any franchise. As long as you and your opponent.
And we are drawing back a little bit to you know, the roots, you know, IAS, which will be the new Classic defense. Do you want to talk about that at the end here? The Classic title.
Yes. So the ISGP Championship will be the headline, the premier championship. If you are the champion,
you're the best speedrunner.
You're the best speedrunner in the world. Yeah. And who wouldn't want to be the best speedrunner in the world? Who wouldn't want to be the ISGP champion? So that's how it works. The Classic title, the ISGP Tag Team Championships, and the ISGP Championship. Now, we will decide another Classic speedrunning champion, the second ever Classic speedrunning champion, in the IAS 7 Fatal 5-Way rematch, which will be a Toy Story 2 speedrun. Between Crystal Fissure, Muddy Maestro, Ratchet 5, Zadeskate, and Mr. Game Sendy.
Two returns,
two big returns. So stay tuned for that. But until then, I've been Crystal Fissure, and you've been.
I've been Crystal Fissure as well. I didn't know that you cloned yourself, but
And as we always say, guys, farewell for now, but not forever.
And I'll say goodbye and good night, because let me show you this. Let me show you where we actually are right now. This is kind of cool. We are here in beautiful Japan. Isn't that just gorgeous? And also incredibly dangerous. I don't know why we made the decision to come up here, but it was definitely worth it for the aesthetic. So anyway, thank you guys, and shout out to Jack, representing the realness, my brother Sorrento.
Goodbye and good night. Bang.